Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. Welcome back to another episode of our legendary Ludri campaign. We pick things up for episode 18 from turn 86 in the winter season of 199. So, for those of you who've been following the channel, you know that we've been on a long break, mainly due to a computer issue that I had, which showed at the end of last episode. And it's been a couple weeks since I have picked up this campaign. For those of you watching in the future, just kind of ignore the first half of this episode as we will take a overview of the current campaign just so that I can kind of catch up to what's been going on since it's been a while since I played as well. But it should be still pretty fun. We'll also talk about a book. We've been saving our last two books to discuss for when we hit king or for when we actually become the victor. I feel like we can pick things up now because I got some good advice suggesting that I could cover the regular books in the game, the books from the accessory items, which we can definitely do. The two books that we haven't talked about are not these. These we have talked about already. One in particular, let's see, we gotta find the ones. 孟子 or Mencusis. I actually don't know how to pronounce this in English, but this book here we have not talked about. And the other one that we're missing, if I can remember correctly, I think we covered Classic of Poetry. I know for sure that 孟子 was not covered. 左传 Book of Change, 黄帝内经. Maybe this is not the only one. There's got to be one more. Maybe you guys can remind me. Unless it's up here. No. Okay, so 孟子, which is what I'm going to call it, is a book. I guess we can jump into this right away. It's a book written about 100 or so, a couple hundred years actually, after Confucius died. It's a fundamental books in Confucius' teaching. It's a very important book in terms of the educational systems throughout the Chinese dynasties. It's written by someone who is called Mengzi. It's named after its, I guess, not author, because it's a collection of his discussions with his students, compiled by him when he was alive, and then continued to be compiled by his students after his death, and it was formed into a book much after his death, in the late stages or the mid or late stages of the Warring Kingdoms. Mengzi himself, as a person, was born about 100 year or so after Confucius died. And he had a teacher that was Confucius' student. So he learned 儒家 or Confucianism, as we call it now. Obviously, it wasn't called that then, or it's never called that in Chinese, but it's called 儒家 thoughts. And it's talked about, what we talked about in Book of Rites and also a lot of other Confucian writing, where it's about 人, or the relationship between two individuals or multiple individuals or throughout society, about treating people with kindness and so forth, and the family relationship and the country relationship between the lord and the subject. And Mengzi kind of extended that idea, and he pushed out a few new thoughts into Confucianism, including thoughts like the populace or the citizens are more important to a nation than its lord. Which, sounds like it makes a lot of sense now, but at that time, when you have a bunch of small kingdom ruled by these lords who perhaps do not treat its citizens like so, it's a very forward-thinking thought. And this type of 人政, or to have politics based on 人, is something that Mengzi pushed out. And this book belongs to a collection called 四书, or the four books. 四书 includes 孟子, also includes 论语, which is a compilation of Confucius' discussions with his student, and then also includes 大学 and 中庸. Those two books are chapters from the Book of Rites. So basically, there were two books about how to study as a Confucian scholar and how to live your life, and then Confucius has a book, a compilation between him and his student, and Mengzi has a compilation between him and his students. And these four books are the required study material for the merit exam that will be established in the late Song. So the system had been in place since the Sui dynasty and throughout the Tang dynasty, where if you want to become a government official, you take this exam. It's a nationwide exam. You take local exams to qualify, and then you travel to the capital where you take the final exam, and then the top scorers would get tested by the emperor himself. And if you pass all those tests, you get rewarded with a government position. And the curriculum for these tests are based on Confucius books, because Confucianism, ever since Han Wudi, which is, I think, the 5th emperor of the Western Han dynasty, has established that the Chinese government from every dynasty going forward will abolish the 100 schools of thoughts and stick with Confucianism, just for kind of unity and kind of for the practices of kind policies. And moving on into the Sui dynasty, Tang dynasty, Song dynasty, this system was pushed out in the form of this exam. It continues even during the Yuan dynasty. Many people think when the Mongolians ruled as the emperors of China that these Confucian studies would get abolished because the position of Confucian scholars would be lowered in that society. Well, that is kind of true, but the merit exam actually continued throughout the Yuan dynasty. It was used by the Mongol rulers to test for officials. I think most Mongol rulers throughout the world, when they formed the giant Mongol Empire during that period, relied a lot of local policy and continued to push out local policies, even though some emperors do not speak the language. And that's the same case during the Yuan dynasty in China. And this exam system will continue throughout the Ming dynasty and the Qing dynasty until it was finally abolished near the end of the Qing, as the Qing was invaded by all these foreign colonial forces, and it was kind of reflecting on whether this system is still good for the country. So there was a pushback against this type of exams, and it was finally abolished. So we're talking about over 1,000 years of exams, and ever since the late Song, this book has been part of the required curriculum to learn. And because this book has been required for such a long period, there's a lot of phrases or a lot of kind of analogies coming from the book that's used in daily life even today. Terms like 始作俑者50步笑100步, these common phrases in China all come from this book. And it has a lot of very nice, lessons from it. Things like, or actually, I guess a concept that would be formed in this book, or at least passed on in this book, is that doing the right thing is worth more than your life. I think it comes from 于我所欲也. It's like a small story in the book where you want two things. There's going to be one thing you want more. In the case of doing the right thing versus valuing your life, you should always value doing the right thing, because if valuing your life becomes your core principle, then you're going down a path where a lot of unthinkable things can be done, and that's not the way you should live. That's a concept that it's pushed in this book, and it relates to something called E, or loyalty, and what Guan Yu is really known for. Anyhow, so that's our book discussion. We'll talk about more books, and then if we run out of books there, I'll figure out which book I'm missing. And if we run out of book there, we have a bunch of books here that we can talk about. These books here, I mean, the 3 Strategy of Duke of Yellow Rock is a military manual, for example. We can talk about these depending on what we have. A lot of the books here are war manuals, and it seems like I don't have actually a lot of books. Yeah, I actually don't have a lot of books. I have like maybe 4 books. So we'll see how that goes. Back to the actual campaign to figure out what is going on here, because it's been a while. Now, last I remember, I was trying to collect all the books, and I recalled Lu Zhi so that he can go to Anding, because there is one book that's unlocked when you travel to Anding right here, the Records of the Grand Historian, or Shiji. So we'll get that done next turn. His remaining army, I believe, is hanging out over here, Huang Fusong's group. Right, they're getting a nice heal up. We took a level 8 settlement, regional city, which is what's causing our food shortage, I'm guessing, because we are definitely lacking food, and I don't want that. We currently have a location here which is good for just being a small city, if not just a city. It's just a food producing commandery. So a lot of things can go. Like this can go. Now we can rush for instant demolish for half the cost because I'm going to downgrade really, really fast. This is a lovely school. Also going to go... Actually, hold on. This is an interesting situation. Now, it's level 3. This is only 3%. If we can get it to, oh, actually, no. If we fix it, it's 12% because it's burning, so it's 3%. I don't have the reforms for these two, but I know building a level 3 requires at least a small regional city. I think that's how it is. Let's double check. If I go over here, I look at school. Yeah, you need to be at least a small regional to build that. Which is why I usually don't build schools, even as utility buildings, because I can only go to the second tier if I'm like at a small city and I only get 8%, right? If I can upgrade it all the way to level 5, then it is slightly more enticing. We do need experience because getting a level 10 leader is also a requirement for a book. And right now it's looking like that Liu Xie is going to be our leader because we're very, very close to king. And I don't want to slow this down. So if he becomes leader, the level up process will be very difficult. But I think that's the way it is going to be. Anyways, so for us to fix this problem, we are going to demolish a bunch of buildings. Oh, this will get fixed. This will get demolished. Now, do I want to rush out? I do have money, so that's good. I cannot rush this building because it is a tax collection. There is no money involved, so I can't rush it, which is bad. That means the school is probably going to go away because I want an extra slot for State Workshop upgraded all the way. Let's take a look at our reform tree, although we're going to take a look at next turn anyways. I have level 5. Yeah, I do have that. That's great because that means I can rush that building up right now. So you're going to go away. I need 4 slots, right? Because I'm going to rapidly downgrade this to get food. And I'm going to rapidly build this, or instantly build this, so that we can get our corruption reduction going on. I don't think I need to rush this one. I don't have the money to rush this one, obviously, but once I put the build order in, even if I'm below, it will finish. I can't downgrade until it's fixed. Oh, that's terrible. So we're going to have a food crunch this turn. If I have any commandery that does not have reserves, it will be bad. But it looks fine. So we have another group there. I have one group coming at Yellow Turban's capital. Dongzhuo is coming out. Right, so it seems like we have vassalized Yuan Shu, and we're interested in annexing him, which is potentially what will push us into king. So he's right over here. That's not him, that's the Han Empire. And he's also right over here. So our natural target looking forward is going to be Liu Biao, Lu Kang, and then going south. I know Cao Cao is our enemy. He's been our enemy the whole time, scheming against us. So we have to go focus on him soon. This group here will probably need to get killed as well. Kong Rong with his one piece of land is also a bit annoying. Let's take a look at our army. So this is our main army, waiting to get Lu Zhi back as they heal. Lu Bu's out west. His job is to finish off the Liang rebels, and then we'll probably recall the whole group and shift them down. He has Luo Jun, and I believe she's a burn officer. Yes, that's why she's here. And speaking of Lu Bu, I think it's time to give him his item back. It's way past his official death date, and he should be fine. He should not leave us. We were very careful about that. Now, Huang Gai picked up the spear, which I'm okay with, but maybe we don't want to do that. Okay, so this is an interesting situation. I actually don't want to give him back his red hair. I want to give him the Heavenly Fire, because it's a much better horse for him. Even better than Dongzhuo. Both of them have 80 armor, right? So getting the horse boosts us to 100% armor. But Dongzhuo doesn't need that, actually. Dongzhuo has a skill that will grant him 100% armor if he's low health. So it's kind of redundant to give him that. We kind of want him to lose more health early on and then pick that skill up. Lu Bu in this case, we don't want him to lose health early on. We just want him to have 100% armor. I don't think he's in our court, is he? He's definitely not Prime Minister Heir. Yeah, so he's definitely not going to be... I mean, he's here, but not there. We don't have all the bonuses active yet. So Libu is all set. Luojun looks decent. He has the Guardian set right now. Or not a set, but he has the Guardian armor. There's no set here, so there's nothing to worry about the wall or anything like that. Right, he is our heir currently. He's not going to be our heir going forward once the Emperor picks up. Sadly, we don't have a daughter or anyone that can, you know, be married to the Emperor so that I have my line showing again. That's the one bad thing about restoring the Han, is that you're like out of the family tree. Yeah, unfortunately that's the case. We could always adopt a daughter. Or if Lady Wu's here, perhaps Sun Ren is a solution. Now, Sun Ren wouldn't be born at the start of the game, so she would have to spawn in somehow. Alright, this army's set. Let's move on to the next one. Fuxi, the Destroyer of Rebels. He has come a long way since the beginning of the campaign. He's age 60. Wow. Quite old. I don't need to really mess with him. The rule's only 50. Good for him. He's using the Black Elite, which is fine. Nothing wrong with using this horse. He deserves it. Another Burrent officer here. So we have one Burrent officer in this army. That's good to know. Dongzhuo. Now, he has switched horses automatically, which is okay. White Stallion for authority. He is our Prime Minister, so that is excellent. Speaking of being our Prime Minister, let's increase our income a little bit here. Okay, so that's good. Now, why are you so poor? Oh, we're also worried him being a spy. That's correct. Now, he's been having 100 points of satisfaction for a while now, so I actually think he's fine. He's probably not a spy. His old faction is Liu Biao, so the safest thing to do is we just wipe his old faction out. That's like the guarantee way of doing this, and then we give him his item back. We're playing extra cautious, just the way it is. So he's not Burrent. There's no Burrent officers in this one. Zhang He, we know he's fine. He's not a spy, so he's been keeping his spear. We could probably give him a little bit of extra stats. This is probably the one, just to give him a little bit of resolve. Extra health never hurt anyone. And some extra instinct. This army is just an army of generals. Where are they located? I think they're near the capital. I think I have them guarding the capital. Yep, that's correct. And then we have this army of range defense on Hulao Gate in case any yellow turbans want to give us a test. Now, if any yellow turban walk close to them, we can attack, and then we can have a joint attack to unlock one of our books. This is the Emperor's brother. He will be on the family tree, I believe. Right? So Liu Bian will be there. He's the older brother, actually. Now, he was emperor for a few days. The emperor himself, the previous emperor, Liu Hong, did not like him, wanted to have the younger brother become emperor, but he died too early, so Liu Hong didn't get his wish. He died young. Liu Bian was crowned the emperor, but Dongzhuo soon took over and didn't like him as much, so, kind of made him abdicate to his younger brother and then poisoned him, so he never lived till this age. But in this case, he's with us, so he's good. Jiaxu is fine. This army, I know, is right near Liu Biao's location. I think we summoned them out trying to set up a new army. And that's our student, Gong Sun Zan. I believe they were just killing rebels. I believe that's the case. Right, the crackdown. Okay, so let's see what we do with them. We could just have them hang out here and keep killing rebels. That's not a bad plan. Or we can recall them. Our Imperial Favor situation is at 88. We do have this active. I can gain 10 points. We are going to be gaining 5 this turn. Interaction with enemy. So we're fine. I don't need to do anything here. I do need to worry about our food situation. I don't want the negative 16 food. Well, that's a lot of spies. Anyone in particular? Liu Bao's faction is definitely tempting. Just to take a look, perhaps. Maybe not now. We're not exactly rich after rushing the buildings to get it set up. Diplomacy, let's take a quick look. Okay. Is there any deals I need to perhaps cancel before we go to war with certain faction? Let's say Liu Bao, for example. Right, we're trading with him. We also have a military access with him. Alright, so this is definitely... Like, we gotta time our annex. Like, we're gonna be untrustworthy for the rest of the game. That's just the case. But I can wait. I don't want to rush the king too fast. Wukong, where are you? So I have a trade deal with you. What about Lady Gun? Trade deal with her. So we do have quite a bit of trade deals. This is a this is not a great situation. Let's get out of here. Let's look at attitude. Who is most likely? So Liu Bao might declare war on us. Who's also the enemy of the Han? There's a lot of things to take stock. So he is the enemy of the Han. So that's definitely the way we want to go with this then. I guess we'll cancel the deals. That's the way. Now that's still about 5-turn wait, but we can probably just jump into that earlier. Ah, our son, our adopted son. We're not going south, so we're gonna make this work. We do have spare items. Seems like we have given him some spare items already. Oh, that armor is usually not that useful. And that's plenty. We'll let him keep a little bit of points maybe. Or I can just promise him some payment. Push it to 5 points just so that he likes us. I feel like he's going to be poor. So it's not going to cost us much. Maybe just 400. Yep. Liu Bei also approves. Nice. Okay, alright. So that's our adjustment so that we can attack Liu Bei. They can go back in to heal. I guess we'll keep them on the field because I feel like we're going to get rebels everywhere. Now, one solution for us to take care of food situation would be to bump up our attacks. Still -5. Let's see if there's any building that we can do to help us out. Hedong is a regional city, so level 6, so that's when we get our 6 building slots. That's pretty good. Not going to complain here. This should keep getting upgraded. It is a small city and it's generating us, you know, the second most income in our faction. So there's definitely potential here if we level it up. Luoyang has reached Imperial City. So that's kind of where the money's going right now. And if we want to be insane here, we're probably going to go tax collection. Just raw income. Right, we get all the base income we can. Yeah, I think that's fine. Shuofeng City, can't really downgrade that. This is what Wudu. Also going to be a great place. So I also don't want to downgrade this. It's missing that. Yeah, if anything, most of these places should be upgraded and not downgraded. Like this needs to be upgraded too. So we definitely need more food. That is definitely a concern here. I mean, once this comes down, it's going to save us at least 20 food. But we're going to have to survive this turn without it. Yeah, not cool. Like when you're negative food, you just lose reserves pretty hard, which is what's going to happen. And I can't really stop that. I don't think... Is there a book that perhaps give us food? Two food. Haha. It's not enough. Not enough for sure. Where is our food going out of? It's just pure distribution. We're not even getting it. We're not even selling any food on diplomacy. Oh well, I guess we'll have to just live with that. I don't think there's anything else for us to do. I mean, there might be a few buildings that we can pop up because there's still some money left over. Like we can upgrade the silk, for example. But in terms of army placement, all the armies have kind of moved, especially the ones that we want to move. Is there anyone... Did I recall anyone aside from Luger? Just that I can keep track of the situation. Actually, no. I can check it here. No, these are not recalled for that purpose. I think we proxied a couple and then we got a couple. I'm gonna remove this from you for now. No. Just use nothing for a little bit. Oh, I could use Zhanglu as one of our leadership roles and instantly solve our food problems for eternity, but that's probably after we become king. Right, we do have that going for us. Alright, I think we're good. Let's just survive through this food and we'll be fine. Let's continue. Alrighty, we have a coalition, or becoming a military alliance. That's fine. Nobe is vassalizing a bit too many people. That also kind of sucks. Heavenly Sword. I think Twin's making his round. I see him a few times already. Huh. Potential administrator? No. Has the traits for faction-wide leadership, but it's a sentinel, so I think we'll pass on that. Okay, let's take a look. So we have a level up here. He needs to hit 6. He doesn't actually need to hit 6. He can just use our spear. Speaking of spear, we'll get him trust. He's a burn officer and also administrator, so that would actually boost us in both places. Now it's spring, so our food naturally increase a little and versus winter. But once we start downgrading this is where things will really pick up. Now, do I want another building here? For example, I can forge it up. I don't have the reform. Hold on. We can fix that. No, we cannot. Not right away, at least. Alright, level 5 in. Pretty good choice. Copper mine. We don't have that many copper mine. We're not in the south. Palace building. Also not a bad choice. Going for the cavalry is also a good choice. These food buildings. That's gonna have to wait, I think. This one might be actually really good because of the 3K population. We do have a few livestock farms, so we can get a couple of food upgrades. Maybe this is probably more fitting for what we need right now. Ah, the game is prompting me about all these new things because we're on a new system. I think I turned advice on off, but that's interesting. Zhanglu's not super happy with us, it seems. Why? Why is that? You have no grudge. You have rivalry, lack of purpose, rivalry with faction leader. Ah. Yeah, you're still 22. Skill tree reset for Wu Jing. Ah, this is fine. We can do this, that's fine. Reroll Zamba, what's his trait? Arrogant or disloyal? Oh. That's a really big one to give up, but this is kind of forever. Okay, we get this. But this is a set item. A lot of choices here. Alright, we're gonna do the set item. We'll do... I don't know where his army is, but we're gonna mess it up. No, we're not doing that. Because that's where we live. That's where his army is currently in. We're fighting the rebels already. We don't want more rebels there. This play doesn't work, but we'll keep trying. Right, so the Bohai pirate raid should be over here, right, against Coral. Bohai is this sea right here. Unless, no, I think it's going to be in the north. Could be over here, though. Like, this entire sea is called Bohai, so. Set item includes gold armor. Oh, the spear. Huanggai. Oh, Huanggai's going to lose his spear. Because he can't wear the armor. So he can't complete the Fireborn set, which is really good. Oh, the Emperor. Or ex-Emperor. Ancestral Pledge. Leather of the Fire Phoenix. So 20% melee damage. Excellent bonus. I actually don't think it's as strong as the one we took off of him. So we took the Lord of Fire off of him, which I think is actually better, but he will look cooler this way and be stronger, so we'll let him hold on to this. Alright, travel to Anding. That's kind of our plan. So this is Anding's capital. And we just have to do this. And do we get the book? No. Excuse me? Unless we're talking about a different Anding. No way. Because it was... So when it was launched, this is the Anding Commandery. I think there's also Anding City, but when Anding City was launched, it was not. Unless they mean Anping. Did I misread it? No, it's Anding. And we clearly been to Anping, I think. Huh. Let's give it a turn, see what happens. I was hoping to just recall him. But I guess that's not happening. I mean, if anything, I can have him walk around all the commanderies to see which one they want me to be in. Alright, they still need healing, so there's still time. First, goodbye. $25 food. We're good. Let's drop that tax rate because I don't need it to be that high. We're at +2 food. Liu Bu's army, let's go. These rebels are not gonna kill themselves. Liu Bu finally got his gear back. Yeah, it's gonna take us at least 2 more turns though. Alright, we got more rebels to kill for the destroyer of the rebels, quite fitting. Unfortunately, we don't have any ally army in the area. He's moving towards his ally, not close enough. Alright, let's just jump into a fight. It's been a while, and also with the new computer and everything, maybe the graphic will be better, and also capture rate. Let's see here. 32%. Architect. Book of Rights. So we already talked about Book of Rights. It exists both for our book and for the accessory item. But just let's jump into the fight here. Ooh. Okay. Nice slope here. Lots of trees. Where do we want to set up? They have no cavalry from what I can see. So I think I can probably inch up a little. Do they even have range? Oh, they have a little range. Like if we sit back, this tree kind of blocks us. Like the flattest area would be like right here. But we wouldn't be able to turtle them up right away. We have to kind of move our troops into them. Make sure there's no shrubs. I feel like that tree is gonna burn. Alright, just in case. And then I'm gonna need 4 of them. They need to like run up at the beginning. If they want to duel us, I think we can take on all comers with our silver sets. Oh, we also get a tower. Great. Let's put one here. Gotta babysit our flamethrowers. Yeah, that's about right. I also don't have skirmish mode off as the default on this. Ah, they're willing to duel. Great. Let's see how strong they are. No weapon, no weapon. Okay. They do have good abilities, but without weapon, I think we got this. Now we want to be the one proposing these duels. Oh, Liao Hua! Liao Hua is just ruined by his, you know, Romance of the Three Kingdoms setting, where it says he used to be a Yellow Turban and joined the Kingdom of Shu later, even though he was never Yellow Turban. And now he's just stuck as Yellow Turban and can't work for Liu Bei. Alright, the duels will just take a while, I think. Meanwhile, we can check out the peasants rushing up. This group think they're so smart. We'll go through the forest. We have shields. The enemy arrows cannot hurt us. What is that black smoke? This group of peasant is like, what is going on over there? Alright, the duel's almost over. I'm gonna have them clean up the archers. I don't want to run anyone up. You can run up actually. Why don't you go do it? Do another roar on that. Which made them rout. Now we can focus on the duels. I think his will end first. Oh, actually, that one ended first. It's a choke out. And this one's a stab. Alrighty, that should be the win. Nice and easy. Alrighty, 1 army down, only 2 more to go. Oh, a burn officer, you say? Well, too bad I cannot recruit you, and I do want your item. Not this one, but this is the best value for us, I think. Liao Hua got away. Alright, back-to-back fight. This one's too easy. This one will just delegate. He also... oh, he has some items. 4 men's not bad, but we'll just delegate it. I wonder if Wuxi actually has patience. Whether he should be leading the army right now, but... oh, we did get a book. That is good. More material to talk about. Which book is it? Ah, Classic of Field PLT. So the name pretty much suggests what it is. Do you have patience? He does not. Yeah, so Li Ru should have been leading those fights. Well, now we know. Okay. Doesn't matter who leads right now. No one's healing. And I can't move the army back. So let's just put him as leader so that if there is a fight, we can get the capture rate. We're also looking to exit out of this valley. Yes. So I think these two armies will actually take care of Liu Bao's situation. Because by the time they get there, the 5 turns should be up, and then we have access to him right off the bat. They will just stabilize in this region. I don't think I'm actually going to summon an army here, although I do want to use him. Oh, not him. This is Ren Qi. This is not the Emperor. Let me recall this group then.
大人有何吩咐？大人有何打算？
They're just floating out here. Cornwall doesn't have any army moving down. Liu Bei is a interesting friend right now. I don't know if I trust him to remain a friend going forward. Okay, so that's all taken care of. Let's take a look here. We do have some cash on hand. And we have a lot less candidates here. None of which we want, so skip that. Diplomacy, I think we're fine. We picked our reform. We did our faction council. So now it's about buildings. We're not making this any taller. We're gonna focus on the capital. More income. Never hurt anyone. I will upgrade this now that we have 2 extra food. Yeah, maybe not. Where's our livestock farm? So you can probably grow a little food, doesn't hurt. It's not a bad 4th building choice, especially for income commanderies. That needs to upgrade, but we don't have enough building slots here. Hene is fine. See, Hene is kind of weird. It's making us money, but it's not efficient. Like, it'd be more efficient if we make this corruption reduction and demolish this building, put a land development in here, and just make it grow food for us. Kind of tempted to do that, especially since we're continuing to expand down to better commanderies in the south. I think we'll come back and make that change. Like, this is probably the blueprint of the 3 buildings we want in Hene. This is fine. Wait, do we not have livestock farm? I deceived myself. I don't actually have livestock farm. Okay, we're gonna remodel you guys. This is going away. We'll just instant rush these. I do like the forge. The forge is giving us quite a bit. I don't need that many seasonal deployments, so I think we'll just stick to that. And then I do want this to be a coin maker. We'll do that next turn. Yeah, building's all done. We have a bunch of money left over. Do we really have nothing to upgrade? We're just reform locked everywhere, it seems. We could rush some buildings, that never hurt anyone. Or we can maybe build out another army. Not them. They're just waiting for rebels to spawn, which surely will spawn once we move this to a higher level. You guys. Also waiting for rebels, which might not even show up now, given that we fixed the tax rate. What do we do with you? Hopefully we'll pick up the book, and then we don't have to worry about that question. Alright, this army is fine. We're waiting for our dear leader to come back. I kind of want to summon another army somewhere. Question is where? A special force to go wipe out Cornwall? Maybe. As if, what would I do with this piece of land? It's not good. Where is the Emperor's brother? Oh, he's in this army. He's waiting for a level up. He really shouldn't be in this army, though. I mean, it's nice that he's next to the capital. But in this case, given what I'm trying to do with this setup, like, he could definitely be swapped out. Yeah, this is, like, much more useful for this setup. I don't think he deserves the sword right off the bat, though. You can take a bow. You guys can all take a bow. Yeah, this is just going to be a massive Onyx Dragon army guarding Hulao Pass. None shall pass. Okay. We should have a ton of cash. I guess that means we are going to rush some buildings. Let's rush the central, like, you know, corruption reduction. Hey, who said we didn't have a livestock? It just wasn't available to be built. Alright. Although that upgrade versus that upgrade kind of cancel each other out. But if we rush this, we get 1 more food, 2 more food, or 3 more food, and then we keep going. We can probably rush this to get a little bit more food as well, and go with that. Alright, now we don't have any money, and we can continue here. Oh. Liu Bei has vassalized Kongron and is issuing ultimatum for peace. Is that what this is? I think it is. Okay, that's fine. He's so friendly with us. If he just doesn't betray us, we should be fine for the rest of the campaign. Oh no. This is our vassal in Wei, which is really, really far out. We're gonna say no. I am not going to war with Liu Bei for her. It's fine. Right, so this is weird. I know he vassalized him. Oh, interesting. Kongron wanted... Okay, that makes sense, because Kongron was still in the war with our vassals. I was like, why would be Liu Bei even know that they exist? So we didn't defend them. They're no longer our vassals. They're also not our trade partner because we can't trade with them, given their location. So, we're fine. We are fine. I mean, Lu Bu's in the area, so what are they really gonna do? Oh wow, they got stacks. Sima Long. Okay, Simai's brother. Did we get the book? Yes, we did. Okay, it just took a turn, which means his 1-turn vacation became kind of 2-turn vacation, but he's getting recalled. We'll set him back up. Glad that works. Our Emperor picked up Dutiful. Good for him. Hua Tuo, the legendary healer, which does not get any sort of title in the game. Kind creative fears. That's not too bad. We'll pass on them. Alright. Not enough to join the fun, but getting closer. And I need to pay attention to who he has summoned on the field, because I do get to keep those when that time comes. Level 4, I'm gonna attack him, drag out the defense, clean them up, and take the city without too much loss. Yeah, sounds good. Let's go. Crush the defeats, just the right amount. Ooh, it's foggy. And the reinforcements coming from behind us. Really now? We can do some funny stuff here. I can... Can I... No, that's not a smart idea. I'm gonna just face them. Yeah.
做好准备。时机已至。做好准备。鼓起勇气。听命，一列猛士。
That might not work, but we'll see. I want him to go disrupt the range units while we show up and help. I'll change that setting before the next episode. Help is on the way. It's a very simple job. Keep the peasant archers busy. Are the spear units bracing? I think they kind of are. Then we don't charge that way.
休想战胜我！住口！受死吧！停住！顽强不屈，杀光敌军！准备就绪。
I'm gonna send you two to go kill him. Alright, now that they're moving, they're definitely not braced. Give them a roar. Oh, he has a bow. Interesting.
用尽全力也人不够，满口戏言毫无益处。
He does have a smash ability, which is kind of annoying. So I kind of just want to ignore him, maybe. Guys, like, what are you guys doing? It's like you guys just chill. Okay, you go duel him. He has a bronze weapon. Alright. Because it's foggy, we're not gonna see where they are, but they should show up sometime here. He's out of arrows. I'm off my horse. Okay, this should be good for my attack, though. My poor black elite. Yeah, it definitely helps my attack rate. He has a smash ability. Yeah, that's what I was kind of worried about, charging my cavalry in there. All of them get killed. In this case, I just whack him. Did it hurt our morale? Yeah, 50 morale. He will bounce back when that effect goes away. How do we see them? Well, that's quite a lot of men. We might have to go light a fire. Nope, we make that call. Liao Hua, it's you again. Go get that oil. Alright, you're auto firing.
做好准备。
Where's the other general? Can we just do the oil, please? Oil. There we go. Oh, it's burning. It's burning. It's burning.
加速前进。
Kill some archers.
做好准备。时机已至。挺住！太住！不要留情！给我杀！
You're almost back. Charge in there. Alright, go get the archers.
灭恶贼！快跑！挺住！蛇骨断金！起勇气！一列猛士！赶快！加快脚步！
There's some unbreakable units here. It's gonna be kind of annoying.
真是毫无骨气！加快速度，向前进军，准备开战！敌军四散而逃，到底是无胆鼠辈。此人已死，诚可慨叹也。天下洪流，污蔑敌军。
Oh, this front line right here. Go roar on them.
准备开战！杀呀！准备就绪，加速前进，不要留情。准备就绪，灭乱贼！敌军仓皇逃窜，一群懦夫！
Here I come. Alright, anyone who's not unbreakable is dead.
我们已经占领
And
敌军
anyone
上
who
王，
is unbreakable needs to get killed.
准备就绪，杀光敌军！
I should do some chasing, just because, you know, it's going to be a follow battle for the siege, but we'll probably delegate that. They have plenty of time to heal before they reach Nobel's forces. Alright, with our splash damage, we should make pretty quick work of these guys. It's still very hard to stay in combat. Unless you're like absolutely surrounded by enemies. How many do they have left? 4. Oh, our arrow tower is shooting at us. That's gonna be a lot of friendly fire. Let's pull everyone off. He's actually chasing, which is good. It's actually what we want to do.
在，速速前进，
Where are they?
鼓起勇气，
There's 3 of them. Okay, just take care of that.
做好准备。一列猛士，准备开战，士兵列阵，准备就绪，挺住，驻守国土，加快脚步，做好准备。为了大业，
I mean, Liu can probably soul them.
顽强不屈，
Hold on, we're gonna call this off.
灭乱贼。
There we go. Alright, we'll take it. Alrighty, and we'll probably just delegate the fight, take out the Yellow Turban capital,
我军智略胜敌军一筹，
pick up a couple more
无
items.
非欲杀之，是刀兵之罪。
Probably should have got replenishment.
平
It's a
定
little bit
天
of
下
damage there. I think we do want to get to patience. I think we want guerrilla deployment so that his unit can actually protect those units, which also guerrilla deploys quite a bit.
淹没敌军。
Yeah, we'll just take the delegate here. This is no problem.
敌无良谋，须臾可破，正用得上此城。
And we have enough points to become emperor.
千层波浪。
So, this is a good place to end it. We're going to come back. We're probably going to become emperor. I know we need the level 10 leader for the book. This is just going to be incredibly tricky. Even if we just keep our current leader, like if we look at how much experience is needed, like he's level 4 now, which is great. But where is... He's on cooldown, right? So we're level 8. We need about 30k to hit the next level, and then that's 200k right here. If we look at Huang Fusong, who's our level 9 general, to hit level 10, you need another 90k. Right, so that's still a ton of experience left. And right now, so 290k is kind of what you need to get level 10. He's at 30k, or he's trying to get to 30k. So we're about 200. Just so far away that's going to be kind of difficult for us to get that one. Maybe it's something that I will get for the achievement after we finish the campaign, just by ending turns. But that's something we got to consider. But anyways, we're going to end the episode here. We're going to become emperor next time. We're going to restore the Han, and we're going to move on. It's kind of fitting that wiping out the old Turban capital give us enough point to restore the Han, and that we're going to take out Liu Biao, who is currently the enemy of the Han, but will no longer be the enemy of Han once we restore, because we no longer will have this imperial favor going on in the background. So that's something else to consider. But so far so good. Hope you guys enjoy this one, and see you guys next time. Bye.